Hi, everyone. Welcome. I hope you are all having a peaceful Easter weekend and happy Easter early. I know a lot of us, we are used to going to family, get together with families. Unfortunately, this year we can't do that, but we're going to chuck this one to saving our lives, our relatives' lives, our friends, and most of all, those who are in the front line. So let's hang in there so that next year we can celebrate Easter with everyone and the family. And having said that, today's Saturday, so I'll do a short intuitive, give you a short intuitive impressions of what I'm getting. And I will take questions, whether it's personal or politics. The first thing I saw a show, a new, well, I don't think it's new, but that was my first time seeing it. It was on A&E the other day. They call it Celebrities Ghost Stories. And I believe the host's name is Kim something. I don't remember the last name, sorry. But it reoccurred to me a little while ago because while I was watching that show, it was shot in an old factory where in the 1800s or early 1900s, I believe. I'm not quite sure exactly what the time was. They hired kids to work. Can you imagine? I mean, early teens, if not younger, to work in that shop. And according to chem and history, they were in the basement. In any event, the reason why I am bringing that up, by the way, I love the show, and I love Ice Cube and Coco were in it, and I love that Rolls Royce. Oh my God, all white. In any event, it's a little bit of a light-headed moment. We got to have some fun too. We can't be all sad and depressed. So that while I was watching that show, it reminded me of the type of people we have today clamoring and pressuring Trump, which he would like to do, to ask that people go back to work because they don't care. Just like the owner of that factory, and from what I understand, there were a lot of those people in those days. And yes, in third world countries as well, farmers, poor people in the mountainsides, their kids would go and collect crops with them, during when it's. I'm not good at farming, so but anyway, during the record, I believe that's how they call it. So when everything is ready, they even brought their kids. And to me, it's just, I know I've heard it before. It's not something that's new, but when you watch it on TV, it's really sad. And these are the same type of people today who still, you think they would learn from our past history. There are certain things they should not do, but they can't help themselves. But these people, I feel, my prediction, when this is all over, they will be remembered. Those who went on Fox and saying that this pandemic is like the flu, people should go back to work. My prediction is they will be remembered when this is over. Uh, I am not sure how people are going to either boycott their companies or how it's going to go. But all these people will be remembered and possibly shunned. Fox News will have new formats like I predicted over a year ago. I did not know why I was feeling that way. But uh, I feel like saying they're going to have difficulties. Let's put it that way. During the harvest, that's the word I was trying to use before. The French word kept, the way they say it in French and in Creole, kept coming to my mind, and I could not think of harvest. I'm sorry. During the harvest and those third world countries, I don't know about other countries, but kids used to go with their parents to help work in the field. In any event, I feel like saying these people will be remembered. And And intuitively speaking, I took a trip to the White House because I also do, I know they call it remote viewing and stuff. And I was touching with these people. There is a new level of grave concern in the White House. And I didn't realize that until right before I came, I went on Twitter. Right before I started streaming, I went on Twitter and I was scanning a little bit for what's new. Trump has been going crazy, calling the New York Times, the Washington Post, fake news, because they have emails, correspondence, people who work in the White House who are trying, or in his administration, from the intelligence community, who are trying to warn Trump about this pandemic, but he was so busy. Just like those people I just mentioned from the 1800s who used to hire kids to work in their factories. This is the new version. Who cares if we die as long as they make money? Who cares if we die as long as Trump gets reelected? Well, intuitively speaking, I don't feel how Trump is going to be able to get from under what we are watching right now. So good luck to him and his family. If anything, I am seeing metal around their wrist. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how they are going to maneuver themselves. Republicans as well. Some of them I know, Cornyn, from what I understand, wrote, I have not read it yet, a piece on the Washington Post or the New York Times, I don't recall exactly which one, defending Trump. Those to me are basically desperate people who are trying to find any way to defend Trump, but I don't feel it's going to work. So, and Cornyn too, my prediction will lose his Senate bed the next time he runs. A lot of these people are going to be gone. And those pastors, this morning I was reading on a few of them who are basically going to ignore all the healthcare professionals who are saying or suggesting that we all stay at home and stay healthy. They are demanding, those pastors are asking, basically they're going to hold mass tomorrow morning. My prediction is that a lot of them will pay the price for it as well. Everyone who has disobeyed the suggestion that we should all shelter in place, save ourselves, save others and our families, when their people in the flocks start dying, it's going to be, because right now they think, like I saw a woman said the other day, she has been drenched in Jesus' blood as if that is going to save her. There is going to be a backlash on these people, those pastors, from their own people from their own church. That's my prediction. It's going to backfire. It won't take too long, unfortunately. They're going to cause the death not only of the people who attend their churches, but other people surrounding their areas, wherever these people live and people they talk to. Obviously, if they can go to church tomorrow morning in the midst of all this death that's taking place all over the world from this pandemic, they're going to continue to socialize and try to get into people's space and to talk to you and contaminate you because they think they are they are covered with Jesus' blood. Yeah. But those pastors in time will pay a dear price for that as well. And I feel the people in their own communities will go after them. That's my other prediction. And somebody asked me about the Postal Service, who's in dire strait because of they've had some financial issues. And yes, Trump, the person asked me, is Trump trying to manipulate that as well for his own re-election? Of course, Trump will do anything and everything he can to cheat, and Republicans will make it easy for him. But what I feel is, according to the polls, wait a minute, even Rasmussen has Trump's poll numbers down by 13 points from last week. I read it this morning. It's just shown to me. So if Rasmussen is Trump's is showing Trump's poll numbers down, it must be really bad. And like I've said way before that, now weeks ago, they were going to drop, and they will continue to drop, and that's what's going to force McConnell, my prediction, intuitively, I feel. McConnell is already having second thoughts, among others. They are very concerned, but it's like they are trying to put a brave face, as if everything is great, but that's not true. Intuitively, behind the scene, they are well worried, just like the people at the White House. They are very concerned, not only about Trump's poll numbers. His re-election campaign are seeing their numbers dropping as well. And also the way Trump goes, every day he goes out, blabber, not saying very much, but lie. All these things are catching up with him. Like I have always said, let Trump be Trump. It will catch up with him. That was my prediction before. Some people didn't believe couldn't believe I said that. And yes, till now, I'm going to repeat it. I hope they let him be himself. And he's only going to continue to dig the hole deeper. That's what I feel. And going forward, the only way I feel intuitively Trump numbers will get better is if he can, since he knows he can do magic, he can do miracles. So he can bring from the dead all those, our poor compatriots who have succumbed to this disease, and then somehow make everything better. I don't think that's going to happen. So as long as this thing continues, and we are going to see more emails and communications proving that Trump was negligent. He fell asleep at the switch. He was concerned only about his reelection. There is no way Trump is going to be able to make headway against Biden. So, and there are going to be very embarrassing moments. I know he's going to continue to put a brave face, but it's not going to help him. There are going to be some very embarrassing moments for Trump going forward. And the gentleman from CNN, I didn't see it, unfortunately, and I didn't have a chance. I wasn't doing very much. This weekend I decided to relax a little bit. I didn't look for it on YouTube. But there is a reporter from CNN who asked Trump a few tough questions, I believe either yesterday or the day before yesterday, and Trump did not take them very well. That's another thing I feel intuitively that's getting to a lot of people who voted for Trump and who are still supporting Trump. Intuitively, what I feel a lot of those people are asking is, why is he so defensive? They've been saying, well, he should stand up to the media is fake, but now they are beginning to change their minds. And intuitively, that's what I feel. And regarding the Postal Service I started talking about, I feel like saying, I don't know exactly how this works, but I don't feel Trump will succeed in sticking his finger in there and drawing the Postal Service. Something is going to happen, something is going to be done. And regardless, there are going to be ways for us to vote in November. For those who are concerned, we will be able to vote. And yes, it's going to be overwhelming. And I don't feel we're going to have to put our health on the line in order for us to be able to vote. Things are going to happen. and the outcry is going to force the Republicans and Trump to back off. That's what I feel. And also another very important question someone else asked me about the woman who accuses Biden of rape. I don't see it intuitively. When I heard about it, I didn't pay any attention to it because it didn't register. That means it didn't happen. And I don't feel it's going to go anywhere. So, to answer that person's question, yes, Trump, and directly with his those and his supporters are trying still again to paint Biden with a negative brush. I don't think it's going to stick either. The person who's done that in the past, and again he's projecting, is Trump. Okay, that's all I had for today. I have a couple more things, but I can talk about them next week. Having said that, because there weren't any major breaking news. Well, the only breaking news is it feels like people down behind the scenes are leaking. Well, what else is new? Information to the media about how Trump dropped the ball because some people have lost friends or they know people who have been sick. And even Trump, those in Trump inner circles, they're going to be affected as well if they are not affected yet by this pandemic, and they're going to turn on him. That's my prediction. So I would not be surprised if behind the scenes people are turning on him already. Okay. And I did say before, I did predict some of it have happened, that people were going to, behind the scenes, people who are in the know of what Trump is up to and what he has done will betray him. I'm not going to say initials, or names, but yeah, there's going to be more of that. And there's going to be a lot more communications that are going to come out, emails, and people talking to the press about how Trump allowed this thing to fester, and now we find ourselves in this situation. Okay, now I will answer some questions from the chat. Sandra Peterson, I just answered your question. Milu, Trump wants to shut down the Postal Service so that we are forced to go vote. I don't think that's going to, we're going to vote, but I don't feel Trump will succeed in shutting down the U.S. Postal Service. That's what I just said a little while ago. No. I don't know how they're going to resolve this. You know what, friends? Trump is projecting power, and he's doing a lot of things to create fear. Let's not be afraid. Trump is a paper tiger. Let me tell you guys, it's going to be shocking the way Trump will be taken down, meaning when they shut down this administration. You're going to be, okay. As I'm talking about how Trump is going to behave, do you guys remember how they found Saddam? That's who they're showing me. This is bad. This is not good. When I'm shown, okay, let me backtrack. When I get messages, let's say, for example, now I'm talking about Trump and when he leaves office or however he goes about it. If they showed me somebody like Clinton or Giscard d'Estaing from France, these people, they left office with a big fanfare, all big things. Okay, they left, victorious, as opposed to the example they're showing me for Trump is Saddam Hussein crawling out of a hole. That's what they're showing me. That's not good. Okay, and look at how Saddam Hussein looked, what he looked like. And basically, he was a shadow of himself. And that's what's going to happen to Trump. The point I'm trying to make to everyone is don't get scared. The day they remove Trump, you're not going to believe what you are looking at. You think he's powerful now. He's trying to scare everybody because he doesn't want to go to jail. He's going to lose the election. And yes, a lot of people are going to go after him. It's going to be interesting how cowardly he's going to behave, trying to make deals, trying to do all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. No, he's not going to be, they're not going to fish him out of a hole like they did Saddam, but it may be just as bad, given from coming from the President of the United States to having handcuffs put on you. So, Sandra, don't worry. Trump will not be allowed to shut down the post office. So, I don't know how it's going to be fixed, but they won't allow that. Okay. Let me look for the next question. Let's see. Okay. Cuervo just had a spider hole where he looked like a bum. Yes, Cuervo, you're right. He was all dirty. Oh my God, he looked terrible and shocked. I still, and as I'm talking about Trump, that's what I was. That's the picture I was shown. That's not good. If they showed me anyone else, Giscard d'Estaing was the French president. So if they showed him to me, I would say, oh boy, not good for us, but Saddam is not good at all. Okay. All right. Julian Wilson is saying, hi, Milou. David Johnson said he saw Biden win, but saw darkness around him. Do you see him finishing his term, and is his health good? I feel Biden is okay. The darkness, I don't know. I mean, the next president of the United States, and that's why, in a sense, I feel someone like Biden, he knows the ropes. He was in the Senate for thousands of years. He knows how that works. He knows Congress. He has been vice president for 8 years, and he was with one. No, Obama did not have experience, but he's a super intelligent guy. And Biden, it feels like to me, has an open mind, and he cares about the country, and he wants to be a good president. How do you become a successful president? First of all, you have your own. I don't know. I've never spoken to a president. I'm only speaking intuitively when I thought with Obama versus this bomb we have in there now. So anyone who worked with Obama or a previous administration who becomes president, I feel it's a plus for us because the amount of work it's going to take. First of all, our economy is in a dump. Biden knows who to call to get us out of this situation that basically Trump allowed this thing to take hold and wrecked our economy and the rest of the world because he did not do anything. But Biden on day one knows what to do. Biden on day one will be able to call Obama, Clinton, the Bushes, and everyone else. He will surround, I am saying these people because you know what? They were all ex-presidents. They all have great ideas. They all are friends with some very bright people, as opposed to what we have now. Surrounds himself with a bunch of sycophants who are dumber than he is. Because yesterday he couldn't tell the difference between bacteria and viruses. He was talking about this thing that we have. Oh God! He was talking about. We don't have any meds for this thing that we have going on now, okay? But we have medications for antibiotics for bacteria. So he confused the two yesterday, from what I understand. I read it on Twitter. So, anybody can do better than this. Okay, you don't have to be a doctor to understand that. No, I understand, but the point I'm trying to make is, in that sense, Biden, I won't be surprised if people see a lot of darkness around Biden because, what we are going through right now is a very dark moment. Thank you very much. Uh, I'm sorry. Cuervo Jones, thank you very much. I really appreciate the super chat and your generosity. Okay, Cuervo said, everyone stay safe, stay home, wash your hands. Thank you, Milu. You are very welcome. Yes, I second that, everyone. But yes, it's going to be a difficult few years, okay, to restart. Well, the challenge is going to be number one. People are still going to be jittery next year, okay? Yes, somebody asked me, do I see other flare-ups of this thing? But you know, guys, I'm afraid to say this, but I'm going to say it. I feel we're going to find something. I mean, right now, we are all panicking, okay? And it's normal because this is something new. We don't know how to combat it. I mean, we are familiar with other viruses, but we don't. This one we don't know yet. But you know what? I feel they're gonna find a weak point in this situation. I don't know what it is. They're gonna find a weakness in this guy. And I was listening to something. A researcher from California this morning. I don't remember where, but he was interviewed. He said they developed a medication, a remedy. Okay, it's gonna be like something that works with antibodies. Okay, it will be you'll be given a shot that will help your body generate more antibodies, something to that effect. Okay, they've done it, I believe, for other types, similar types of things. You know what I mean? Okay, it worked. So they just have to change a couple of things in that remedy to adapt it to this. They are testing it next week or something, or in the next few weeks, and it's going to be going on trial, I believe, August, September. So there are a lot of those things coming. But the point I'm trying to make is, yes, we're going to have these things, but we are still going to feel jittery. We're still going to hang on to our masks. I will be hanging on to my mask. I'm not going to give it up for the next 2 to 3 years. Thank you, Deborah Oven. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat and your generosity. But yes, but somebody like Biden, who's going to surround himself with the people with experience who fought Ebola and the H1N1 thing that came out when Obama was there. Okay, these people have experience. They know what to do, and people are going to trust Biden and his cabinet to tell the truth. This guy, we don't trust anything he says. Trump, that is. So yes, it's going to be a lot of darkness, but we're going to feel more comfortable with Biden. When we go to sleep now, we sleep with one eye closed, one eye open. At least that's what I do. The first thing I wake up, I'm like, oh God, he's still there, you know. And we are saying this, and every time I hear we lose, 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, now it's up to, it's like your heart sinks. There's a big thump on your chest. I try to get rid of it, but that's how I feel. Okay, but when Biden comes, we're gonna feel better. Intuitively, that's what I feel. Okay, and when I said he's gonna surround himself with very bright people, and he doesn't have to take ego trip, he won't be afraid or think people are going to think less of him. If he calls Clinton, Bush, Obama to ask for advice, how to move on forward from here. That's what we're going to have. So intuitively speaking, that's going to make the public, intuitively, I feel better. For those who don't know me, who hear me speak, and they think I don't know what I'm talking about, I am unintuitive. I may be saying things you think I'm just talking. I'm not just talking. Pay attention and see what happens. I just wanted to, if I don't say intuitively or if I don't say I predict, remember what I say. But yes, I feel we're going to feel better. That's probably the darkness a lot of the psychics are seeing around Biden. But I feel we're going to be able to. And you know something? Biden is, the vice president is going to be a very bright woman too. So Artist is asking, will Trump fire Dr. Fauci? If he does, that will be his last day in office. Because no, I don't see that. Fauci may walk away because they are getting fed up with Trump's lies and his way of doing things. In fact, I'll be honest, I'm surprised Fauci is still there, including that Burks as well. If you watch these people's faces when Trump, while they stand behind Trump, it's obvious. So, but I don't see Trump firing him because he's Fauci and that Burks. I don't trust Burks, but some people trust her, and I don't. That's okay. But if Trump fires Fauci, that would be even his Republican supporters, those who are keeping him in office, because Trump is not there only by his own volition. It is because McConnell and company are encouraging him to stay where he is. So, Roslyn is asking, will he pardon 45? Roslyn, I don't know who. Well, the next president, I don't think he's going to pardon 45. 45 is going to remain on his own because we are going to uncover all the misdeeds, him, Barr. You know, guys, when Trump leaves office, we're going to find out so many things we did not know about. They are going to be shocking. And one, besides the thing that we see unfolding right now, and we're going to have proof of Trump. Well, we have, the email that came out today, or communications that came out today, are part of the proof. But those people, those poor immigrants on the border, you know, these things are going to be hanging around that family's neck. I know they don't understand, they don't get it, but it's okay. The time is coming. Justice will prevail. Things are going to happen, and I don't see anybody pardoning him. I don't think so. I hope he doesn't put his hope high. Okay. Ocean Gamma's Ocean says, I feel the same way, Lou. Trump is still here. Yeah, every morning I get up, I'm like, oh my God, what a disaster. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Patricia said 45 can't be pardoned because he was impeached. That I didn't know. That's interesting. Thank you, Patricia. I didn't know that Nixon was pardoned because he was. Oh, yes. I heard. Oh, so that makes sense. That's why behind the scenes, this guy is basically going nuts. It's because he cannot be pardoned. Oh my God. You guys, you should see this guy. I mean, he sleeps very little because he can't. He is, and the other thing that's going on is he cannot stop the newspapers from pointing the truth about him. Those newspapers are not perfect. Who's perfect when you work? You're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. But the majority of what they are talking about is true. And it's driving him batty. That's why he's on Twitter today calling, the mainstream media fake news. And he's saying that they don't have any contacts. All the contacts they are saying don't exist. They put all the contacts the media is pretending to have don't exist. That's what he's saying. So, okay, I did not know about that, but I vaguely remember hearing something like that when you mentioned Nixon was pardoned because he was never impeached. I don't recall the argument, but a couple of people did say it on TV. Thank you, Patricia. Now that's going to stay up here. Okay, let's see. I will answer one more questions. Thank you, Sandra. I didn't know that. Sandra just said the same thing. Trump was impeached and he can never be pardoned. I didn't know that. Thanks, you guys. You see, I learn something from you all the time. Okay. Oh, my friends. Uh, Ben Hoffman Braves is asking, how long will this be in Europe? My friends, let me tell you something. I feel that thing is going to be around until we have a vaccine and we have medication to combat it. That's my feeling. Right now, what we are doing, we are basically suppressing it to a level, and I've said that before. So I'm repeating what I've said weeks ago. We are trying to control the rate of infection and the number of people who get sick from it. So we're basically trying to manage this thing until we have good medications, okay, and a vaccine. That's going to take about 1.5 to 2 years. Thank you, Julian. Let's see. Julian says, hi, Milo. David Johnson said he sees Biden as president, but darkness around him. How is his health, and will he finish his term? I feel Biden will finish his term. I'm sorry I didn't answer that question. I was so busy explaining why I feel Biden would be the right person to be the next president. Yes, I feel he'll finish his term. I'm not seeing the darkness like I explained is what's going on right now. I mean, the next president, guys, people are still going to be dying from this thing. That's the darkness I feel a lot of psychics are going to be seeing around the next president. So, but no, I don't see Biden going anywhere. I'm not getting it. Even I was looking at who's going to have health issues. I did not see Biden having any health issues that would prevent him from getting the presidency or anything going wrong with him while in office. So, I mean, he's in his late 70s, I believe, or around. I don't know exactly how old Biden is, but he's in his at least mid 70s. So, and you know something? As I'm saying this, I'm being shown Madeleine Albright. This woman is in her 80s. Leader Pelosi just turned 80. These are the people I'm being shown as to how Biden is going to be. So I feel Biden is going to be okay. I am not. I said, I explained my vision for Biden a long time ago, that he was sitting on a boat. He was like the captain of the boat. He was all in white cap, white shirt, white pants, and he was sitting as if he was reading a newspaper. I explained that vision a long time ago. So I guess and when I said that vision, I didn't want to put him on a pedestal or anything, because to me the Kennedys are, the epitome of everything. I understand they have a history, but in my frame of reference, they are among the best. Let's put it that way. That's what Trump would like to be like. But that boat, the yacht that I saw Biden on, reminded me of Kennedy's yacht. Okay, so that was a good reference. So I did not see Biden going forward getting ill. I would have seen something, I hope. And if I feel it, if I see it, I will let you guys know. So I feel the darkness a lot of people are seeing, the challenges, all these people dying until we find proper treatments and a vaccine for this thing. Because finding a cure for viruses is, from what I understand, is a challenge. As you know, they can treat the symptoms. Let's say, for example, it causes infections, your lung to be full of water. and stuff like that. They can find things. In fact, I heard they are even testing TB drugs they have for tuberculosis when people have these things. So that means that's to combat the infections that it can create for your lungs. So all these things they are testing and trying. By the time Biden gets into office, we'll have quite a few of things that has been pre-tested. But I don't see Biden going anywhere. But the darkness I feel is all the negatives that Trump is going to leave us with, an economy in shambles, people dying every day. This thing, I mean, it's not going to be like it is today. We are going to be able to bring the death rate and the infection rate down, but it's still going to be a challenge until, until a vaccine comes around. And from what I understand, it's about 1.5 years away. And it resonates. So let's keep our fingers crossed, continue washing our hands, wear our mask, stay away from large groups, shelter in place as the healthcare professionals are suggesting. Okay, Deborah Hovan is asking, Milu, I keep seeing a hot summer day in August, and I can't see Trump around anywhere. Deborah, I would say you're seeing the right thing, but I don't know when, and I have said this a long time ago, that we may wake up one day. I'm agreeing with you. That's why I'm recounting this. We may wake up one day and find out Trump is gone. So basically resigns, because if Trump's poll numbers keep dropping and to whatever I feel they are going to continue, he's going to have a problem in his hands with McConnell, because if that happens, McConnell is going to know for sure he's not going to be majority leader, because he knows now, he still feels he can cheat as he has done in the past, do things since he's, the leader. He can direct money and con the people who support him in Kentucky and win the election, although McGrath is doing very well. But he still feels he has room to maneuver. He has tools that he can use, okay? But from what I understand, people who have experience in this, if Trump's poll numbers start dropping in the mid to low 30s, and Republicans are going to abandon him, and I wouldn't be surprised, because Trump is not performing. Every day he shows up in those daily briefings, not helping him. So I don't see things going well for him. So I agree with you, Deborah. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm agreeing with you. Things are not going to go well. Okay. Wilsa Masonav is asking, is Bernie going to help Biden when in office? Absolutely. I feel Bernie is going to is not only going to be very helpful, but Biden is going to work with Bernie as well with some of the policies that Bernie has in mind. So I don't see Biden is not like Trump at all. Trump would not work with Bernie. But like I said a little while ago when I did my little spiel about Biden being open to call everyone he can think of to help get the country back on its feet. And that's how we are going to feel better about ourselves. Because right now, all of us are discouraged. We have a guy in the White House. He's not very bright. He's not doing the right things. So that's making things even worse. But once we have somebody else in the White House, somebody we know who's going to be honest with us, and who we know he's going to be working on our behalf. He's not going to think that we are his subjects, like the Trumps think we are. We are his subjects. They are the royal family. Once that changes, we're going to see a whole new it's going to be different. How we're going to feel. Yes, we're going to still lose people, but at least we know we have somebody in there who has our backs. Okay, friends. Oh my God. Let's see. I will answer one more question, and then let's see. Yes. Cuervo Jones is saying, I think the Senate will be ours, no matter what what turtle does. Exactly. I agree with you, Cuervo. Okay. Let's see one more question. Let's see. Okay, friends. This is it for today. I would like to thank everyone for joining me. I appreciate it. If you are new to the channel and you like what you hear, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And also tap on the bell in order for you to be notified when I am online or when I post a video. Somebody just said something. Milu, Patricia is asking, Milu for Phyllis, will her brother find another job? I feel like saying yes. Phyllis, please tell your brother not to get discouraged. You know, he's not alone. A lot of us are, a lot of people are losing their jobs. I'm worried too, so don't feel, I don't want YouTube to sink. I am posting on Facebook. I don't want Facebook to go down, so I have my concerns as well. So we all affected, I know, but yes, your brother will find another job, okay? Hang in there. Okay, friends, again, thank you. Tomorrow I'm off. I'm going to be resting a little bit. I will see you on Monday. Unless we have some major news break, I'll come on. Otherwise, I will see you Monday, same time. Again, thanks everyone for your support. I really appreciate it and for subscribing. Till Monday. Bye. Happy Easter.